What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of our Season 2 Be a Pro Goalie career here in NHL 25. If you missed the first few videos, you missed a pretty exciting, albeit pretty exhausting start to the season. Our season got underway with a back-to-back matchup, and it was the first time in our career that we actually started both of those games, and it was crazy to say the least. We faced something like 100 shots between those two games. The first one was around a 51 or 52 shots, and the second game was a 42 save effort against the Minnesota Wild. Unfortunately, we were unable to get a win in either of those games. You can see the record at the top right, 0-1-1. And you might be looking at that 4.41 goals against average and saying that's not very good to start your new career with the Flyers. But when you combine that with a 905 save percentage, you start to understand just how many shots we really did face in those first two games. So great opportunity to get back in the net. It's our third start in 3 games. So we're definitely at this point in the season, the #1 starting goaltender. Like I said, few days rest. The boys should be ready to go. Let's see if we can get our first win of the season. But we're also playing against an Ottawa Senators team that is looking for their first win as well. If you remember back to last season, the Senators had a fantastic season making their way back to the playoffs. It was cut a little bit short when Toronto ended up beating them in the first round. But it was a great learning lesson for that club, a great stepping stone in their rebuild process. A lot of guys learning and gaining a lot of experience. There's about 4 players on that team now crossing the 90 overall threshold. You got guys like Tkachuk, Stützle, Sanderson, Norris, a bunch of guys. The list goes on, as well as they had remarkable goaltending from Linus Ullmark. However, Ullmark has been struggling pretty significantly here. We'll talk about that in a little bit during the game. But Ottawa also looking for their first win. So it should be a pretty fun matchup. Both teams are young, fast, aggressive. And for us, you can look at those first 2 games, and I agree with a lot of you guys. It's easy to say that some of those goals were just bad puck luck, some garbage puck mechanics. But at the same time, that's also just an excuse. EA, unfortunately, has had pretty bad puck mechanics for about 3 or 4 games now. You got to just come to expect it and be on top of the next shot. And for me, there's still room to improve, position-wise, handling the puck, less rebounds, things like that. So should be a fun matchup. Like I said, a chance now to get our first win as a Flyer and the first win for the team on the season. Couple of goose eggs on those stat lines. Somebody's got to win when this is all said and done. Somebody will walk away with their first win as we head to the Canadian Tire Center in Canada, Ontario, where the Ottawa Senators will look to defend their home ice against the visiting Philadelphia Flyers. Should be fun. It should be feisty. Puck drop will get us set here for the first period. Be Stützle getting things kicked off for the Senators. Now Tkachuk walking his way into Philadelphia's zone. A shot towards the front of the net. Blocked by a couple of bodies. And there we go. We will touch the puck for the first time in this game. Look to see if the boys are starting to find some chemistry and some defensive awareness up and down the lineup. There was a couple of collapses in those first 2 games, especially that game against Minnesota. We obviously have seen the talent. We know what the team is capable of. It's just about putting it all together now. And it's not it is not easy starting the season on back-to-back, even for a video game. We saw the AI have, half stamina bars when they entered for a new shift by the end of the second game. It's tough, and, you're trying to figure out lineups. There's no chemistry. If you play Be a Pro offline, or Be a Pro as a player, you understand that the game does have a chemistry system. It has a morale system, all sorts of stuff like that. That applies to AI as well. That's a stat that's hidden behind the gameplay. So it is tough to start on back-to-backs, but a couple days off now. An Ottawa team that's also struggling. We'll see if the boys can piece it all together. Good puck movement there by Drysdale. And a tip in front by Michkov, who's looking to find the back of the net for the first time this year. Batherson receives a pass, and he's stripped away as Sanheim steps up on him. Now Morgan Frost trying to get the puck free. And a couple of weird loose puck battles here to start. Batherson shrugging off his man. He goes behind the net looking for his teammate who just completed a line change. Tries to get the puck towards the front of the net. Is picked off. Now Michkov will head the other way. Receives another big hit. And he has been punished a lot here early in this season. Ridley Gregg will step in and will make a big save. So 3 games into the season, we've had a chance to look at the entire roster, kind of understand the lineups the coach is putting on the ice, who's going to be going to war with us this year. And I think there's been a lot of guys that have impressed me. However, there's been some guys that, I think need to step it up and get their game going. And I will preface this all by saying it is very early in the season. You can't judge a lot by 3 games or 2.5, 2 and a bit now. But, we have had a chance to look at some guys. For me, one of the players that stands out, when we signed the offseason deal to come play in Philadelphia, it was, with the excitement and the prospect to play with an upcoming superstar in Michkov. I do think he has struggled a little bit so far, a little underwhelming. You look at his rookie season last year and you understand that the talent is there. He's not a dud in this video game, but so far hasn't found the score sheet. His AI looks a little slow, unwilling to get towards the front of the net for the dirty goals like Konechny does. Now, I will say he looks a little snake bitten. He's had a lot of shots on net. They haven't been the best shots, but I have no doubt in my mind he'll turn it on, but so far a little underwhelming. His line mate and centerman, Morgan Frost, has probably been the player that has impressed me the most. I don't know a lot about him in the real world. I remember him from his junior days, as well as, the handful of times when Toronto passes through Pennsylvania to play the Flyers. He seems like a young, strong centerman. He's not the biggest guy, but seems to be pretty good at that position. What I really like about his AI in this game is his AI has patience with the puck. And I know that sounds weird, especially when we're playing goalie and all of the offense is controlled by AI. But I find with this game, when a scorer gets in a shooting lane, they decide on one of 2 things. They either shoot the puck immediately, they make no play, they just shoot it, and it either leads to a goal or a turnover, or they will, like right there, that was kind of a garbage shot. Or their AI will decide, I'm going to pass it and only pass it. And then you get stuck in these little passing cycles that never end. And then it gets turned over and the play's dead. What I like about Morgan Frost's AI so far, again, a very small sample size, is it seems like his AI likes to control the puck and have a bit more patience. He'll wait that extra 1, 2, 3 seconds to make sure his stick gets in a more dangerous shooting position. And then he releases it. And he's had a lot of success early. So hopefully he keeps that up. He's been fun to watch. He's done okay on the center, like the faceoffs as well. Obviously, the guy rounding out that line is Konechny. He needs no introduction. We know what he brings to the table. He's a solid player, has been for years, seems to keep getting better. And then you obviously have our back end that we're really excited about, a very young defensive core. You got Sanheim, Drysdale. You can throw Cam York into that conversation as well. Some very gifted offensive defensemen. But with that offense, you also need to be responsible in your own blue line. I think in the first few games, they got into a little bit of trouble, not really finding, who needs to stay back and who doesn't. Both guys jumping in on plays, leading to odd man rushes. But again, early, so there's time for them to develop that. I think once they get some chemistry and some momentum built, they'll understand if one guy's jumping, the other guy needs to fall back, so on and so forth. So I'm really excited about this roster. I know you guys have commented about it as well. I don't think I really realized just how good... Oh my, where's the puck? I don't think I really realized just how good Philadelphia's team has become. They're young, they're inexperienced, but give it time. Like, this team could be very dangerous. And you guys pointed it out. I think this is a great opportunity for us as a goaltender in this game to build a future as a starting goaltender here. So I'm really excited. We will dive back into the gameplay here. That was a lot of yapping, but I did want to get that out of the way. Frost stripping the puck away. Grigg turns it over, and it gets back towards the front of our net. Here we go. Some patience now by Josh Norris looking for an outlet pass. It's poked away. Thomas Chabot has his stick absolutely exploded. Now Morgan Frost trying to work in with a stickless defender, and a nice hard shot by Travis Konechny and a big save by Linus Ullmark. Kept in at the blue line by Morgan Frost. Now Owen Tippett joining the rush. Tries to wind up. I'd much prefer a wrist shot on net. Ridley Grigg clears it, and the stickless Chabot will not have any worse for wear against his team. Couple good looks by that Konechny Morgan Frost connection. Yeah, just a fun start to this new... It's going to be tough. I mean, having said all that, it's going to be tough. It might not happen this year. We might have a lot of turmoil to get through. But if we can piece it all together, there's no reason why I don't think we could at least chase for a playoff spot. We just got to build out that chemistry and find the lines that work. As Tippett streaks in, he's looked good this season as well. Big bodied forward, hard shot. He's already displayed a couple times this season. Kachuk now in, back to Sanderson. Knows he likes to shoot the puck as well. And former Vegas Golden Knight Martinez, don't know how he pronounces it. We played with him for the first half of last year before he got shipped off Now, Ottawa's a unique story in this season so far. Again, very early, but if I'm trying to keep a track of some of the statistics around the league as we progress the season, I felt like I waited too long to really understand what other teams were doing last season. So, this year, it's kind of a shock that they're starting 0-2 because 3 of their guys have 5 points. And it's like, through 2 games, you have 5 points on a couple of your top scorers. How the heck didn't you win one of them? But at the top of the video, I mentioned Linus Ullmark is struggling, and it's a major struggle. Going into this game, Linus Ullmark had something like a 10.2 goals against average. That is wild through 2 games. So really need him to turn it on. Like I said, he had a fantastic year last year. We know he's capable of it. Settling in maybe here as the season progresses. They need him to be good if they want to recreate what they did last year. Couple good looks. Couturier now on with Thomas Tatar, probably the 2 oldest players for this lineup, and that's about as old as it gets. I think you have Couturier, Tatar, Konechny. If you even want to call Tatar and Konechny old, they're still in their, young 30s. Past that, this team gets very young very quickly. You got to go down to the low 20s to see the next couple players. Amadio with a hard shot, hits the top of her shoulder and into the corner. So a 13-shot effort so far for Ottawa. It's another busy night, but I will stress that I don't think shots tell the entire story. If the shots are coming from the outside, I'm fine with handling a bunch of shots. Team's doing a pretty good job so far in this game to keep all those players to the outside. Whereas last game, there was 50 shots and it was good scoring chances. That's the difference. So 4 minutes left in this first period. It's been a pretty eventful game so far with not a lot going in terms of goal scoring, but some good looks by both teams trying to ease into this one. Thomas Chabot joins in. We know he likes to join the play. Probably one of the hardest working defensemen in the league in terms of minutes he gets per game. Tkachuk keeps this puck in. A good effort there by the captain. 3 minutes, some high pressure now. Got to be careful. That one tips in front and down just past our glove. There's the best look for Ottawa in this game so far. We'll see if Konechny can help out. A stick exploded in the corner. Now Zamala retrieving a new stick. He'll jump forward, gets that puck low, will retreat back into his own zone. Gets there ahead of captain Brady Tkachuk, now Michkov. Michkov's had a quiet look in this game so far, feeds it behind for Konechny. It skips in front, and Ullmark will track that one and hold on for another whistle. I just think that the opportunity is such a goal. When they showed us the opportunity to sign with new teams. Now, first of all, a couple of you guys pointed out that the reason we even got the opportunity to sign was because, is that Michkov getting run? No way. We're going to pause this before Brady Tkachuk enters our zone. No, it's Joel Farabee. What a play in the corner here. A pass in front. I have no idea what Linus Ullmark's doing. But what a windmill save in for Joel Farabee. He's left looking at the sky. Cannot believe it. That is unlucky rubber ducky. And for Linus Ullmark, a breath of fresh air as he was swimming in this creek. Oh my jumpins. Anyway, the thought I had was people said the reason you can sign a 1-year contract is if at the beginning of your career you choose your NHL team. So that makes sense. The problem that I see is we selected the Memorial Cup. We simulated. We got drafted randomly by Vegas in the 5th round. Now, our season, if you look back, we did play the first preseason game against Anaheim. And for whatever reason, it had the NHL 24 rosters. And then once we got to the regular season, it had the normal rosters for 25. So I'm willing to guess day 1 of the new game, EA probably had a bunch of really garbage bugs in the game, as they always do. Unfortunately, that's the way it is. I'm not too worried about why it happened. The reason it had, how it came to be worked out perfectly, because we probably would have been a backup in Vegas for a couple more years. Now we get a golden opportunity here in Philly. And when I saw Philly, Pittsburgh, and Jersey didn't make sense because they have Markstrom. Pittsburgh may have made sense, although Tristan Jarry in this game is not bad. Philly makes the most sense, and I'm so excited to be here, grinding out these grueling games. Young team trying to learn how to play in the National Hockey League. But it's a 0-0 hockey game. 18-10 are the shots. As we get set for the second period, we'll see which team can break through first. Again, remember, it's 2 teams fighting for that first win of the season. Both teams are desperate. Again, it's so early that losing this game isn't the end of the world, but you want to avoid going on long droughts that find yourself getting too far in the hole where you have no chance of crawling out of it when you get further down the season. And playing goalie, the seasons come and go pretty quickly. Like, we're already on game number 3 here. I feel like it's barely been any time at all. The first season wrapped up very quickly. Obviously, if you get more starts, that'll change. Great play there by Morgan Frost. He'll get the puck back. Is that Konechny taking a big hit? Looks okay. Michkov working in, gets his first shot of the game. Maybe second if you include that weak backhander we had on the power play. For me, I want Michkov to do that. I want him to drive the net. He's not always going to get golden opportunities where it's him beating the goaltender from a long shot. You see what Konechny does. You see what other players do. This game isn't as easy to generate offense as you might think. And the AI are their own worst enemies. Konechny now back in front, tries to spin a back shot onto the net, but it's going to be Tkachuk now working forward. Brady Tkachuk cutting in. A couple of weird loose ice open dekes. I really wish EA would remove that deke. I don't know why players do it the second they cross the blue line, but for Brady Tkachuk, it seemed to work out there momentarily. He gets a shot on net. We make another big save, nearing 20 shots in this one. Again, a much different feel compared to the first 2 games. I felt overwhelmed. A big stretch save there, as I believe that's Ridley Grigg. A turnover in front. Again, Cam York looking a little sluggish and slow to get that puck forward. It's a turnover and a big save for another 20 save effort so far, and we're only 3 minutes into the second period. But it gives me a chance to really battle it through and see if we can't piece together big save efforts. I mean, that's what you're going to need as a goaltender, especially a young team. A crossing pass now to Cam York, who's joining offensively. Cutting to the middle, back in front for Owen Tippett, who tries to go opposite side, and a kick save with no rebound for Linus Ullmark. I felt like he had a chance to go upstairs with that shot, maybe in a little too close to have it happen. But Owen Tippett finds himself in another glorious scoring opportunity. Face-off now won by Ottawa. Back to Zub Sanderson now. Across to David Perron joining the Ottawa Senators at the end of last season. York. Over to Joel Farabee. Farabee finds Tippett, who also takes a monster hit. 2 teams that love to hit. Obviously, Philly has it baked in to their DNA. Ottawa has a couple guys that have really found themselves as big hitting machines, such as Brady Tkachuk, and a couple close moments once again in front of the net. Our defense kind of leaving us out to dry here at the start of the second period. Got to clean it up a little bit. Again, we know these guys like to join offensively, but they have to find a way to get it done in their own zone. Here's a chance now. Grid pass by, kind of a scary pass by Drysdale, but he does find a forward who gets it ahead. Morgan Frost has that stripped away by Sanderson once again. Sanderson kicks it behind the net across to Norris. Josh Norris helping out defensively. A turnover by Michkov. And that's what you need to do. Another good shift here by Matvei Michkov. Like I said, you're not going to score every game, especially as you're not a rookie anymore, you're a sophomore. There's a look at the stats there. 8.24 goals against average, and he has a shutout going through nearly a half a game. 8.24, and he has a shutout here going. That just shows you how bad those first 2 games were for Linus Ullmark. It's almost hard to believe how bad that was. And it's, I noticed that Ottawa has taken a lot of penalties this year. So there's a number of reasons why he would have let in a lot of goals. But when you, like I said, when you have 2 guys that are at 5.6 points on the season through 2 games, you got to expect that your goalie is going to give you a chance to win if you're scoring that many goals. But it is what it is. Sometimes it doesn't always work out. He's looked pretty solid so far. Not a lot of high-scoring chances from Philly in this game, but a couple nonetheless. Another turnover by Michkov up to Batherson. Drake Batherson fires this one down. He'll give chase. It looks like Sanheim will get there first. Travis Sanheim working hard. Batherson strips it away. A short side shot tries to beat us as we just snuck off that post. Another big save. It'll corral all the way down in Ottawa zone. No icing as that went off an Ottawa player. Stützle now. Tim Stützle ahead to Drake Batherson. He'll come in with a big hard wind-up. Kind of surprised he, 1, took that shot type, and 2, our defenseman didn't even collapse on him to make sure that didn't find its way. Michkov getting a little more aggressive. Obviously, that hits leaderboard really doesn't matter when you're playing Be a Pro Goalie, because your team will always hit more than the simulation data will do. But at least you can see who's being more physical, and Michkov picking up a couple of hits in this game. He's just, I mean, You see what he does in the real world. He's obviously super talented. We saw what he did in his rookie year. I don't know, something just seems to be missing. He almost looks slow in this season number 2, which is just weird to me, because he's not a slow player. Couturier fighting hard off that face-off loss. Now it's up to Bobby Brink. The youngster, Bobby Brinkin, down low, works away from the checker. And Tatar tries to tuck that one in, and another big save. Here we go, challenging in front, and he beats Linus Ullmark for the first goal of the game, the first goal of the season, and the veteran Thomas Tatar wins the battle against Thomas Chabot, brings it in front, a poke check by Ullmark misses, and he banks it in underneath the arm. And a beautiful goal by a veteran. Barely, but just enough as Linus Ullmark will surrender the first goal in this game, and the Flyers battle back hard for a 1-0 lead here late in the second period, and that's exactly what you need from a veteran line. You have Sean Couturier, Thomas Tatar alongside a youngster in Bobby Brink, and Bobby Brink does a great job to even get that puck down deep, and Thomas Tatar takes care of the rest. We got a 1-0 game. Perron alone in front, and we make another monster save here. 27 now through about half a game. We still have 9 minutes left in this second period. Still a much different feel. I do want to highlight that. Shots don't always paint the whole story. A nice face-off win there by Sam Steele. York now gets it up for Joel Farabee. Farabee returns it to his centerman, Steele. Steele loses it to Josh Norris. Norris working in against Philadelphia Flyers defense. It's a good play at the blue line, and it's offside. Whew, these games have been busy. I feel like I've been commentating and playing harder than I did in almost every single game when we were Vegas Golden Knights. And again, that's a kudos to the team in front of us. That's not a sly on Philly. That's a kudos to how good that Vegas team felt. And I really wish that they went farther in the playoffs. To lose in the second round like they did was a little heartbreaking, because it was such a historic year. So many records shattered. A turnover in front. York now challenged. He kicks it free, and now he gets it up, and a good pass to tip it. And that looked like Tkachuk absolutely flattened York, and maybe an injury. He is injured, limping off the ice. Oh, Brady Tkachuk absolutely laying the hammer on Cam York. You got to hope he's okay. He did skate off on his own free will. And a big save off the stick of Brady Tkachuk, who is looking to get his team back into this game with some good offensive play and some power hits. My lord, the man knows how to hit. Him and his brother, all the Tkachuks for that matter, his dad included. Very, very offensively gifted players, but also just absolute juggernauts when it comes to laying the body. 5 minutes left here in the first, so Cam York, one of the youngsters, and a turnover in, oh, not a turnover, sorry, a bad rebound again, and that's my weakness right now in these first 3 games. Like, that's just a nothing shot right off the pad, and I can't move. So if you're wondering why, like, I didn't react, EA has it where if you're a low-rated goalie, your reaction coming out of a save animation is very low. And to be fair, I think that's appropriate. You know, if you're a low-rated goalie and you don't have great awareness, trying to get out of that butterfly save to kick over is going to be delayed. It sucks that I'm mad because that rebound was kind of bad. I should have been positioned better. But it's a great effort there by, I believe, Ottawa's third line to get themselves back tied in this game 1-1 on their 30th shot of the game. Ridley Grigg off the Sanderson shot. I mean, it's a beautifully placed shot. He has to put it there for me to even kick it there. It's unfortunate. That's a goal, like I said, in the first 2 games. Those were the goals you need to work on. I could have come out of the crease to kick it in a different spot. Just a little sluggish in terms of my own gameplay. And it leads to a Ridley Grigg goal, tying this at 5 minutes left in the second period. Pretty solid little game. It's not the most offensive, you know, scoring game I've ever seen, but it's a pretty entertaining one nonetheless. We'll see if the boys can continue to put pressure. Michkov tying his man up. Frost trying to get it over to Michkov. He loses that puck. Now Norris sends Sanderson the other way, but a nice strip of the puck by Sanheim, who's honestly, both these guys have looked pretty good. I mean, anytime you have defensemen who go kind of unnoticed, if you don't notice them, it's usually a good thing. Back in front, and what a glove by Ullmark. A beautiful play out of the corner, and Konechny gets absolutely robbed in front by none other than Linus Ullmark, who, when he's had to, he's made some good plays. There's the leaderboard. So it was Batherson with 4 points, It was Stützle with 5 coming out of those first 2 games. Couturier wins the faceoff. Sanheim passes it over to Brink, who tries to spot his captain down low. Pass picked off. Now Drake Batherson. Batherson with a sharp angle shot. He's tried that shot a few times. The pass out front. Where is this puck? It gets corralled away. Up forward. Now Jamie Drysdale. Drysdale back in. Across to Sanheim, who tries to be rewarded. These 2 guys have looked good. I got to give them credit. That last game, I called them out a lot for being not the most responsible with their play. Both of them joining the play here, but you can see the 2 forwards covering for them. So if they have coverage down or up high, they can come down low a little bit. Sanheim gets a golden opportunity, and another big save by Linus Ullmark. Again, not tested nearly as often as we have, but when he's had to, the saves have been big. Sanheim across to Drysdale, who gets a shot on net, and a stick explodes for Sean Couturier. That is not good. A puck turned the other way now. A little bit of an unfortunate block in front. Shatters his stick, forced to regroup as the puck charges the other way. Bobby Brink under some duress in front of or behind the net. We make a big save from a hard on-charging couple of Senators players who brought that right back in. A big hit onto the captain. Maybe a return hit because of what he did to Cam York earlier in the game. Now some pressure once again. Come on, boys. Work your feet. Sanheim tripped up on the play. No call, it looks like. Probably the right play. May have just fallen as he collided skates with the Ottawa player. Sanheim working hard. Ducks out of that hit. Drysdale gets it up to Konechny. Konechny had a moment where it looked like he was in behind Bernard Docker, but he does a good play to get back. Perron now. Over across to Bernard Docker. Across, out forward to Grigg, who finds Norris. Norris bobbles the puck. And oh my gosh. A couple of bad rebounds again, and that's, man, I feel like we put so many points in the offseason to getting our rebound where it needs to be, and it still just goes right off it into a glorious scoring opportunity. We'll have a quick peek here because we didn't really get a chance to look at this. This is another shot by Norris. Oh, it flubs off the stick of Zamala there, and Grigg picks it up again. Another glorious little puck luck there by EA. We kick it across. Oh, it's a bad pass. I thought, oh, I did hit it. I don't know who's at fault there. Probably me. Actually, I know who's at fault there. That is a poke check. It's my stick. I don't know why my AI did that, but it gives Perron a golden opportunity, and he almost knocks us out of the way. He almost completely, that probably wouldn't have counted. Yeah, he hit us. You can see the reaction right there. A hit by, oh my gosh, that's an unlucky poke check that just goes right back in the favor of David Perron, who nearly has a gift. That's a cool little angle there, fighting off the puck. All right, second period ends in some close calls. It's a 1-1 hockey game here in Ottawa. It's a fun one. Again, you don't always need the crazy goal scoring for it to be an enjoyable game. 34-18 shots. I still think Philly's shots they had in the second period were better scoring chances. And now we'll see if the boys can hang on. A pass in front to Stützle and a great block by Sanheim as it ricochets off his leg and all the way back down into Ottawa territory. A giveaway here. Frost, first one to the puck. Morgan Frost in front, trying to find his line mate. Morgan Frost, there's the patience I was talking about. Oh, I love to see that. He just doesn't look like he's in a rush to get rid of the puck. Gives it back to the defenseman. Unfortunately, they're unable to get a shot. That corrals off the side of the post. A couple of those in this game. The loud sound of the post always sounds a little bit more scary than it actually is. Sometimes the side of the post gets hit. Sounds like you're in trouble, but not to be had. Sanderson now steals that pass away. Sanderson working in. Another good play by Travis Sanheim, who I got to give him the game belt right now. He has looked really good. To be fair, him and Drysdale have both looked very confident and very calm for the blue line. Not so much right there, kind of an errant play. Gives the puck, but it's Sanheim covering for his line mate. Batherson with a hard shot on net. I'm going to play this to the corner. Zamula off the bench, plays back for Sanheim. Now Farabee. Joel Farabee trying to get in behind Ottawa. Back in front of Sam Steele, and a blast by the shot of Owen Tippett, who has such a great shot. And it's a big one. Another good save by Linus Ullmark. Ahead now to Joel Farabee, who's behind Ottawa's defenseman. A rebound. And unfortunately, Tippett misreads it and can't get to the puck. Now Kachuk back the other way. Oh, we're getting so close on some of these plays. It's a great little effort there by Joel Farabee to get the shot in a perfect rebound position. We call that the rebound cheese online. Norris now. Josh Norris back in. Ridley Grigg. And Zumalo will pick that puck up. Over to Forster. Fourth line shift in the way of Philadelphia here. Don't hate it. Give the boys a little minute to breathe. They've been playing a lot of minutes. Forster up ahead of Michkov. So, wait, a kind of a mismatched lineup? I'm not entirely sure. We do see Cam York back on to start the third period. So that is great news. And an injury being avoided for Philadelphia Flyers as the youngster Cam York is back on for the first shift since sustaining that big hit by Captain Brady Tkachuk in that second period. Or was it the first period? I don't even remember now. Either way, he's back, and that's really good to see. Face-off won by Morgan Frost ahead to Michkov. Matvei Michkov over to Frost. Frost through traffic, gets it through some legs. Another good shot. Konechny, a hard shot steered into the corner off the stick of Linus Ullmark. Now Bernard Docker gets it ahead to Norris. Josh Norris dumps it down low, gives chase, gets to the puck first. No, I think it was Philly who touched that. And Drysdale now spinning away from trouble. They have looked so confident in this game. It's actually crazy to see the night and day difference that Sanheim and Drysdale have had in this game. I love it. Sanheim with another steal and back the other way. Konechny over to Frost. Frost with a backhander. Not my favorite shot he's taken in this game. Tries to get that rebound. Now Michkov wins that battle. Michkov in front, behind the net. Looking for an outlet pass. Finds it. Morgan Frost. Frost in front. And the patience was there. Here we go. Sanheim on net. A hard shot. A beautiful shot. And we got some puck cycling now. Michkov on net. A rebound's there for Frost. Michkov once again. And he scores! Matvei Michkov in the third period. You could see the excitement, elation, a breath of fresh air, monkey off the back. As Matvei Michkov will pot home. I'm surprised they don't have a photo for him. He pots home his first goal of the season with a beautiful effort. And how about Drysdale and Sanheim keeping the play alive? It's going to be a beautiful effort by the top line. And Matvei Michkov, where, I mean, Linus Ullmark is absolutely exhausted on this play. Tries to dive across to make the play. And Michkov is rewarded with his first goal. And maybe that's the confidence he needs to get his season started. Beautiful goal there by the youngster. You love to see it. 10 minutes left in this third period. Philly takes a 2-1 lead. And a blast by a blast that got poked away nearly redirects into a dangerous spot. O'Connor working hard under the corner, but another good play there by Sanheim. And we have a power play as Thomas Chabot gets called for a trip here. Just a little bit of a lazy play. The puck squirts by him. Goes for the puck, misses, and I mean, that's probably one of the best animations I've seen for a trip. The foot goes complete opposite way, and he knows it too, as grabs a water bottle, maybe a couple boos from the crowd, but it's another opportunity here for the Philadelphia Flyers to extend their lead in the second half of the third period on the power play. Sean Couturier sets up, loses that to Pinto, and I mean, Ottawa's been really good in the faceoff dot here in this game. If I had to say any weakness of the boys in front of us, I got to say the faceoff has not really been our forte so far. Bernard Docker, he's going to go for a skate back into Philadelphia territory. Bernard Docker working hard, and I mean, I'm not a big fan of all these shorthanded attempts. We got to get set up a little bit more here. Tippett, he'll go for a skate. Now he's down low. Gets it back to Couturier, and a block shot in front by his own man, Steele. Back in front, Tippett stops and shoots, and a great save there by Ullmark. Ullmark's going to have to come up big here on the power play if he wants to give his team a chance to fight back. I'll tell you, this game could have 4 or 5 more goals. This has been an entertaining game by both young squads. Again, I think Philly is still in an early stages of their rebuild compared to Ottawa. I don't even know if you want to call it a rebuild. It's now just like developing young players. I know that's technically a rebuild, but... Oh, what a play by Sanheim again. God, he's looked good. He gets it back, Konechny, and a blast from Morgan Frost. Unbelievable play there by the defenseman of Travis Sanheim. He is by far, if I'm given a game belt at the end of this, I gotta say, it's gotta be him, man. I mean, yeah, you can say Michkov for getting his first goal of the season, but he hasn't looked that dominant like Sanheim has. Sanheim's all over the ice. Now Michkov, he wins that puck battle over to Konechny. Konechny tries to go backhand, forehand, backhand. And a great save along the post there for the goaltender of Linus Ullmark. Schedule does not get it any easier for any of these teams. Like I said, the season comes at you fast. We're 3 games in now. You can hear the crowd here at the Canadian Tire Center trying to get their Senators back into this. Drysdale grabs that puck as it breaks out free. Farabee now over to Konechny. 30 seconds left on this power play. It's been pretty good. Couple of close calls. Much better than we saw in the first 2 games. 37 and 29 shots behind the net. Some miscommunication, and Greg will send that back forward. I mean, Ottawa's had some looks on the penalty kill. These guys are actually insane. Gregor, Rieg, Mike Amadio, like some really good penalty killers, and a good penalty kill there from Ottawa once again as Batherson steps up. Travis Konechny trying to find the front of the net. Sanderson will get to that puck first. Zub now ahead to Stützle. First line on for Ottawa. Good shift and a good hit once again by Joel Farabee, who is playing really well defensively. Hasn't done a lot offensively, but he's not the biggest offensive guy. Drysdale working in and just fires that one wide. What a rocket of a shot, though. Holy jump-ins. Another good effort by Sam Steele, who's getting physical against Brady Tkachuk. He's behind now. Tippett into the corner, but Drysdale, I mean, Tippett, brother, man. You got to recognize that your man is sitting on the ice. Takes a big hit, tries to find him. Thankfully, Tippett comes back for a big defensive play. I don't know, definitely did not recognize that Drysdale was flat on the ice surface. A nice hard shot. And it steered into the corner. Back in front, one-timer attempt. And oh no, a miscue by the defenseman. Batherson jumps up. Timmy Stützle. That is just such a bad play and a bad read by Zamula, man. Oh my gosh. And these guys are so good. Brady Tkachuk banking home his 4th goal of the season. He is having a great start so far. And what looked like nothing, it wasn't even Zamula, it was Cam York. Oh, the rebounds are so juicy right now, and I hate it. What a play here. A hard shot kind of gets steered, and who else but Captain Brady Tkachuk, who has had one hell of a game, gets himself a goal here late in this 3rd period as Cam York, we'll watch that quickly. Cam York failed to read this. I mean, it was a brutal play by Tippett before that. You got to recognize that Drysdale's not there. But watch this. The puck comes, like, what is that pinch? Is he coming off the board? Okay, so he's coming off the bench to join the rush. And then it gets turned over and he's flat-footed. 3-on-1 the other way. It's Tippett doing a nice job to try and get there. Farabee decides to take the shooter. Oh, I can't believe it bounces right to, like, God, you're telling me it can't stop dead? Every time with the rebound, dude. Gosh. You have to have a 99 rebound, and even then you're given a chance at stopping some of these garbage rebounds. But what a goal from a captain late in a period. Exactly what they needed. And it's been such a dominant period by Philly. It sucks that a goal like that goes in. Cam York, I mean, yeah, he misreads the play, but at the same time, he's just coming into the play. It gets turned over the second he crosses the blue line. And it's back the other way in a burst of speed. That top line is going to be a very, very dangerous unit in this season. Is I'm kind of surprised Sanheim didn't opt for a shot there. Pinto over to Chabot, who finds O'Connor. O'Connor cutting to the middle. Frost coming there to help out. Sanheim backpedals it. There's a mask right in front. We're going to kick that off into the corner. And another penalty, and it's just a garbage penalty by, I don't know why Ottawa's so aggressive in this season so far. I mean, we've literally seen it. I told you guys in the beginning, one of the reasons why they've allowed so many goals is they've gotten into some significant penalty trouble here in the early goings of this season. And another bad one here, and an opportunity. There it is. Joel Farabee gets his 2nd goal of the season. What an unbelievable effort. We barely got to see it because we were on the bench, but finally the extra man paying off. Here it is in front. A good one-timer, and it sits down the goaltender right to the, I mean, we get a lucky bounce too. A lucky bounce right to the stick of Joel Farabee, who makes no mistake. I'm not sure who took that shot. It looked like Owen Tippett. That shot is an absolute rocket. Let me guys, I don't know if any of you guys who have been commenting are Philly fans, but does Owen Tippett actually have that hard of a rocket in the real world? Because my lord, that thing just has a life of its own. We're going to watch this one more time because we were from the bench. But a great shift here. The extra man, the puck cycling again. Sanheim over to Morgan Frost, who's now on the ice. He blasts it. It's blocked in front. Goes to the corner for Drysdale, who's pinching. Loses the battle, but Konechny right there. It's Owen Tippett. It actually hits Pinto in the butt. Ricochets. Okay, we get it. Okay, EA, thank you for the gift on that one. You may have punished us twice in this game, but we'll take the free gift. Joel Farabee regaining that 1-goal lead on a delayed penalty by the Ottawa Senators. I mean, Ottawa's got to work on their discipline. Woo! Ottawa's really got to find something here to be a little bit more disciplined. If you're losing games and your goalie's giving up, 8 goals a game because you can't stay out of the box, you're not going to find too many wins in the season playing like that. It's weird because, like I said, Tkachuk is having one hell of a start. Stützle, 6 points on the season. And these are guys scoring for their team. And you just get into so much penalty trouble, it's hard to rebound from that. 55 seconds left here. Watch to see if Linus Ullmark gets called to the bench. A bad giveaway behind, but Batherson loses that puck with some help. Now Matvei Michkov, a shot, and it's a hard one, and it's steered into the corner. Farabee needs to get off the ice. He's exhausted. Kept in right in front, and Morgan Frost down on one knee trying to bank home another goal here. Empty net. Thomas Chabot streaking in to Timmy Stützle. We make a big save. A gorgeous rebound. Can Michkov get it up? He can. Morgan Frost. Oh, I wish they would take one extra step. Here we go. Back to Michkov, trying to find his second, and Konechny had a chance. Oh my goodness, please don't let us bite us in the ass there, as two guys had a chance to just walk into the blue line and score. It's now Frost helping out down low. York tries to find Michkov. Stützle, and a great play here. A gorgeous game by the Philadelphia Flyers. Michkov getting his first goal. Sanheim and Drysdale playing out of their mind, much better than their first 2 games. And the newcomer, Michael Webb, will get his first win as a Philadelphia Flyer, get the team their first win on the season with another 40-shot effort. My God, he's going to be tested a lot, but this time he holds strong, and the Flyers will get their first win of the season. What a game. What a fun one. There it is, scoring summary. Philly getting 2 in that third period is the difference. Joel Farabee with the game-winning goal. And I know the 3 stars are going to decide who they want, but if I'm giving 3 stars, I'm giving 3rd star to Drysdale. I'll give 2nd star to Michkov for cracking it. And I'll give Sanheim the 1st star for just the pure dominating force he had on the blue line. And my God, when he's on, he's on. That was exciting to watch. So we do have 2 points now, I believe. So if we have 2 points, what can we work on? I mean, our glove low is still our blocker is so bad. I feel like there's angles could be improved. What do we have here? I really feel like rebound control it's 82. It's 81. This would bump it to 82. I feel like that's the play. I mean, resiliency is the thing that we're struggling with the most. But hey, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Look at those stats. Instantly improve. 1-1-1 on the season. Let's go, baby. That is what you love to see. A big win. All right, lots of wild There's us in our new orange colors as well. Just got an answer from the sports closing brand. They say they won't give you any extra scenes. Do you still want to do this? Fine, I'll still do it. Yeah, fine. We'll make some money. 130,000. We're going to be able to start spending some more money on some luxuries. We already have a car. We have a hotel room. A couple other things we put some points into. But as we start gaining more and more money, our goalie will start having more and more perks. So first day off here against the Boston Bruins. So not the worst thing. Like I said, we played 3 games in the very first week. It's probably about time that we do get a night off. It's a busy schedule to start the season. Let's go ahead and sim this game, see if the boys can win 2 straight. They do not, but it's an overtime loss, a shootout loss. Pretty good stats there from the goaltender. Let's have a quick peek at the box score just to see who scored the lone goal for the team. Where is it here? There we go. So who scored the lone goal for us? So it was a Jones goal by Boston. It was Michkov getting his second. So hey, there you go. That is exactly what you love to see. The kids starting to gain some confidence. Even if we're losing games, hey, we stole another point away from a good team in Boston. We'll simulate now to the next start. Hopefully we actually do get it. Hopefully it wasn't a fluke that we got the first 3 games of the season. Here's Michkov here, having a chat with us. We really need this win. Yeah, and I'm just hoping you can step it up tonight. Listen out, brother, man. Don't worry. I'm getting a shutout. That is a stupid decision I just made, but we will get a shutout for Matvei Michkov, who is challenging us to step up. It's kind of a silly, I really don't like these conversations that make no sense. Like, Michkov, a rookie, or not a rookie, a sophomore, would never come up to your goaltender and be like, you gotta get a shutout for me, brother, man. But anyway, there it is, a 1-1-2 record to start the season. We finally got our first win. I hope you guys enjoyed that. This season is so much fun to start, and it only is going to get better as we head out for a matchup against the Blues in the next one. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. We're so close to 2,000 subscribers. We're trying to get there by the end of the year. It's probably a long shot, but if you guys are watching this and you haven't smashed that free sub button, let's grow this crazy community together. You guys have been crushing it. Thank you for all the love and support. Make sure you're taking care of yourself, and until the next video, we'll catch you then. Bye, guys.